Hi, I'm Tony Snelling,
And I'm Michelle Snelling.
and we've been coming to Northside since we joined in 2004, so 20 years. Uh, 10 years ago, in 14, uh, started a very long journey with me having emergency heart surgery, uh, blood clot surgery, and then losing fingers and toes due to the heart surgery.
That all started on he went in the hospital on January 17th of 2014 for what was supposed to be a routine checkup or a routine procedure on his heart to figure out exactly what was going on. He ended up having to have an aortic valve replacement. It went south and he coded on the table. They had to shock him 3 times. He coded, and then he coded again. They shocked him the 4th time, and then they had to put a balloon pump underneath his heart to get his heart pumping. So that was a week, that was the 23rd of January that the surgery was. And we were supposed to be in there overnight in ICU and back in the room and back home in a week. It didn't quite go that way. Um, he never woke up. They couldn't get him to wake up after the surgery, and his blood pressure was severely low, and they had to give him blood, and I mean, all kinds of stuff just to keep his blood pressure to where it could keep his heart beating. So he was in the ICU we were in there for 11 days, and then we got moved. He did finally get moved to a regular room, and then you might remember some of it after that.
That's when I had to have the blood clot surgery,
On his
and
arm.
and then that's when I started losing uh, my fingers and toes while we were still in the hospital.
He had black fingers and black toes, so we had to stay there. So that was another surgery on February 14th. They did an emergency. They figured out what was causing the hand problem was a blood clot, so they had to remove that. So we were back in the ICU and then back to another room, and then we finally got released on February 26th. So we were actually there when the guy released us and sent us home. He was like, you've been here 40 days and 40 nights. And I was like, no, I didn't realize that, but I don't know how Noah felt, but we were ready to leave. So we get home, and during this whole time, we had 3 boys at home. Hal was Colton 17 and 14 and 13. So we had 3 teenagers at home. And the whole time, before that though, during the surgery when everything went south, I had come out and Sandra was there, and I had told her that they had told me to call the boys because they didn't think Tony was going to make it. And within 2 hours, I went outside of the room and the whole entire hallway was full. All of the elders, our small group, our old small group, the entire hallway was lined, both sides of all of our church family. And then it continued after that, because not only did they support me, but they were helping the boys. Every night they had dinner. Every night somebody was coming and bringing my boys dinner, and the boys loved that. And we had people praying for us, because at the beginning I didn't know how to pray or what to pray for. I didn't even know. I was in such shock that I really didn't know. I couldn't pray. And so we had people standing in with us and praying specifically we had people praying for his liver. We had people praying for his kidneys. We had people praying because that's what it took. But it was a miracle. And we had doctors and nurses, several of them, come in and tell us that they just wanted to come meet him because there was no medical reason he was still with us. And so that was super, super cool to see and to witness. And to have the support of our church. They actually stopped church that Sunday and the entire worship team, because Tony had been on the worship team, everybody was praying. And that Sunday, the entire church prayed for Tony and for a miracle. And it happened.
And I too wanted to thank everybody at the church, even with after all the surgeries and even one several months later for the fingers and toes. We still had people coming by, still had friends come over just to sit and talk because I was tired of looking at the same four walls. So that was really a big help to me.